In just the last few days, the impeachment argument has shifted. The liberals who want to impeach Donald Trump have had to change their rationale in the wake of the Mueller report. And I suspect, can't prove this of course, that this has something to do with the tweet storm that the president went on yesterday after the media. He really unloaded on the other morning shows. He praised Fox and Friends, his favorite show, most highly rated in the morning. But then he went to MSNBC Morning Psycho Joe, who helped get me elected in 2016 by having me on free all the time. Well, the interviews are always free in a campaign. Has nosedived, angry, dumb, and sick. A really bad show with low ratings and will only get worse. CNN has been a proven and long-term ratings and beyond disaster, not holding back here. In fact, it rewarded Chris Cuomo with a now unsuccessful primetime slot despite his massive failure in the morning, only on CNN. All right, that was clever. Just a little bit of reality check here. Chris Cuomo he's in third place in prime time, but he's got the highest rated show on CNN. And Scarborough punched back. He says his ratings, it shows that his ratings, although again he's in second place, have been going up consistently. And they had the banner headline that said, "Morning Psycho responds to faithful viewer." But on to the question about impeachment, which I think the president is seeing a lot of, especially on MSNBC. Here's the new argument, and you see it on the New York Times op-ed page. Charles Blow, liberal columnist, says obstruction of justice is a crime. If Trump committed that crime, he's a criminal. Are we going to allow a criminal to sit in the Oval Office? But then he goes on to grapple with the conventional wisdom. By the way, this is not happening. Nancy Pelosi doesn't want it to happen, and so I don't see any realistic prospect for impeachment. But the notion that it will completely dominate the next few months, blow away any Democratic agenda, and of course it will fail by a long shot in the Republican-controlled Senate. Blow says, well, an impeachment doesn't matter whether it succeeds because it's the strongest rebuke America is willing to give a president. I can think of no president, says Charles Blow, who has earned the rebuke more than the current one. And once the president is impeached, he is forever marked. So he has like a scarlet eye. It's a black mark forever, even if it's only an action by the House. Michelle Goldberg, another New York Times columnist, she's offended by Trump's presence. She says it's a national disgrace that Trump sleeps in the White House instead of a federal prison cell. She goes on to say that the Mueller report provides a roadmap for impeachment. Whether or not it's politically wise or not, says Michelle Goldberg, the failure to impeach would be a grave abdication. If you want people to believe the misdeeds enumerated in the Mueller report are serious, you have to act like it. To not even try to impeach Trump is to collaborate in the Trumpian fiction that he's done nothing impeachable. So now it becomes this moral argument. How can you not impeach him? Because otherwise you're a collaborator, you're going along with the notion that he's a normal president and all of that. The fact is, impeachment is a political process. It was designed that way by the founders. You don't have to be a criminal to be impeached. High crimes and misdemeanors. And the further fact is, the Democrats, I think, are kind of disappointed ultimately in the fact that Bob Mueller didn't bring any charges. And so they're trying to find out, part of the party, and certainly the liberals in the media who are pushing this, they know it's not going to happen. They know that, you have AOC and Rashida Tlaib, who famously said, impeach the MFer. Well, now the argument is, well, impeach the MFer anyway, even if it doesn't mean he has to leave office. The best route for the Democrats to get Donald Trump out of office would be to beat him in 2020. Impeachment has become a fantasy, but now those who advocate it are trying to cast it as a moral choice.